Hello and welcome to Modern Faith Unlimited. I'm William Henley.
And I would be William Quinn. Mr. Henley, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well. Got some homework I got to get done here in a bit, but other than that, not bad. How about yourself?
Sounds great. Let's just dig into what we want to talk about tonight. You want to about an update on Bible
Yeah.
reading?
So, how's it going for you?
Well, I did say in a month. I did come into a snafu though. And please have some grace on this for me. So, okay. Basically, since this month's only 28 days, I'm kind of at Job. I kind of stopped at Job last month. So this month I was going to do Job to the end, and then in March kick it back up.
So you're about, I guess, about halfway through the Old Testament, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. It's the repetitiveness of the Old Testament. I kind of was getting through, and just getting into Job right now. I look at this as an interesting book going into the Psalms and Proverbs. So hopefully, I can get this knocked out. And I did get a new quote old iPad. Let me get it right quick here. Hold on. So it's a second generation iPad, but it works great for me. So I've been using this a lot to read. It works wonders for me, pretty much.
In my reading, so my first time to get through the Bible, the very first time, took me 17 years. The second time, and every time after that, has been taking me about 9 months. So right now, I am going through chronologically, I really love that chronological Bible. Right now, I am, it's King Hezekiah. So I believe the northern kingdom has fallen and the southern kingdom has just started its religious reform. So after this, we should be hitting Daniel, and then Nehemiah, and what comes after that? Is it Nehemiah and you know what? It's those while they're. But yeah, we've already hit most of the prophets. Isaiah is the main prophet right now. Where we've already had Amos and Hosea and all of them. So anyway, it's like every single time I go through, there is this one scene where they basically called all of the worshipers of Baal to a special worship service, locked them into the temple, and killed them all. And I'm like, wow, I don't remember that, but it's picked up on it for the first time this time. So how about you? Anything that you've picked up on that you haven't picked up on before?
Yeah, just especially with the new Fresh Start Bible Gateway put out, that is just like a breath of fresh air to me. Pretty much anything I'm reading in there up to this point is just opening the channels of my consciousness as far as spiritually goes. Just how these stories in the Bible are really supposed to be looked at. I mean, I think they picked the perfect translation for this Bible. The NLT, and that's just opening my eyes and my senses to what happened in those biblical times.
Yeah, and one of the things that I am really picking up on is a lot of the geographical things going on, and it's just. I think now I've always been kind of good in geography, but it's like now I'm starting to pick up on who Jezebel was, where she came from, their neighbors, their trading partners, and stuff like that, and just how this all ties together.
Yeah, the story about Jezebel really shook me. Just the fact that how that spirit started, how she started, and how we can see her story and bring it to how it relates to our world today, and that spirit coming into the world now. It's fascinating, but at the same time very very scary. And I'm just happy that us as believers can recognize that spirit and know what's going on now at the world at large, especially here in America. That some people might think it's just coincidence or just fate, what's going on in the world now. But let's be honest, William, the Jezebel spirit's very, very real. And then and reading it through the eyes of the Bible now, I can see where that's coming from now. All this prophecy is being fulfilled now in the Bible.
Going back to the story of Jezebel, I've really gotten to the point where I love Elijah. And the biggest reason I love Elijah is I feel like I can identify with him. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
um, it's just this idea that, okay, I'm going to stand up for God, I'm going to be bold, and oh my gosh, that was great. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Okay, I'm scared. I got to run away, and I'm so tired, And it's like I can so just relate to this because, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because that's some like ongoing ministries and stuff. But uh, by the way, just throwing this out there, it's kind of late for both of us. It's the end of the week, so um, so
Yeah,
anyway,
I know. Too. That's why I've been, if it looks like I'm dozing, I'm sorry. It just, I've been yawning a little bit, but not audibly. Just, I mean, you might catch me yawning a couple times on this on the video, yeah, but it's okay. I'm still here.
yeah, and I'm trying to cut back and forth between cameras, but not fast enough. but
I understand.
by the way, I'm fidgeting here. I got ADD and found this like little. This is a Swiss plug. So plug in your American plug to this side. That's Swiss. And I'm so ADD. Okay, so Elijah Jezebel. Yeah. Okay. So been doing uh a lot of ministries that I can't really talk about a lot of stuff going on because there's some ongoing ministries and stuff like that. But it's like I seem like every single time I have this like huge breakthrough and stuff like that. Um, I just get to where it's just like afterwards, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. I just want to lay down and die. I am spent. Every single part of my being is spent. And it's like I so empathize with Elijah after he has this confrontation with the prophets of Baal and with Jezebel and all that. He just goes and he just wants to. He's like, God, just kill me, And it's like I never got that before, but now I get it.
I commend you for that, William. I mean, just reading after all these years and then finally picking it up, and letting it trans what the story was is very eye opening. I highly recommend this Bible that Gateway put out. Even if it's not that, the new edition, it just works wonders into writing story, into how it's written and the stories. I would definitely, just recommend a new believer. I think that's great for a new believer to to pick up that version, just to give them a fresh look at the Bible. Mm-hmm.
There's another topic that wanted to discuss tonight. So today is International Candy Discount Day. It is February 15th.
Mhm. Yes, it is.
So,
Well, mostly international chocolate discount today, shaped as hearts. So let's just clarify that.
and I was,
Maybe some, maybe some nougat filled. Stuff like that.
yeah.
So
So, Mr. Quinn, how did you spend Valentine's Day?
all by my lonesome, just listen to records, pretty much, and just doing nothing, being a sloth. Only thing I can do, unfortunately. You know, I wish I had someone here, to share my life with, but unfortunately, that's not God's plans right now. Do I wish it was different? Yes. Do I trust his timing? Yes. Really much nothing I can do right now. Just.
Well, and I am pretty much the same way. I worked and then I came home and played Final Fantasy. That is really my day yesterday. And there's part of me that it's like, no, I don't have. I'm not seeing anyone right now, but you think, oh well, maybe one of my friends may call up and say, hey, how are you, and stuff like that, and no one called because they all had plans. So
Yeah, it is kind of a bummer, being single in your 40s and, you want to go out, but you just don't have the means to. It's a bummer, you just, it's just times like this you pray that God will just bless you with a miracle and just put all the tracks in order and just something would happen. I mean, I wish that would happen. I wish myself that would happen sometimes too. I bet you do to yourself, William. And I just think, just should we do our part too, and then or I mean, I'm not saying to just wait all together. I mean, I think there's times we have to do our part also to get prepared for that.
right, uh, and I haven't released the video of my testimony yet. We actually have a backlog of videos that we filmed that by the way, I am actively working on the video with Katy, and hope to have that out by the end of the month. But
By the way, that CD is great. The one with our theme song on, coffee song, that is a great CD. I picked that up for Christmas with a gift stick from Amazon. So I got her first two. I don't have her. I have the digital of her latest album. I don't have, but I want to get physical copies of her later two albums. So I'm working on that. So
yeah,
if you're listening, I'm working on it. So
right. So anyway, where I was going with this is yeah. So we both filmed episodes talking about our personal lives, and one of the things I mentioned in my video, which I'm pretty sure I haven't shared on this show yet, is there was a time when I was engaged, and so I knew the girl since she was born. We kind of dated off and on for 7 years, and it's not because it wasn't because things were falling apart between us. It was because our families did not approve of the relationship and stuff. So early February 2008, we were chatting instant messenger, and she pretty much proposed to me. She said, let's elope. And this was I can't even remember the day. It's like that time was such a blur. But she was like, let's elope. And she said, I got a couple of things that I got to take care of first. But she said, yeah, let's go ahead and elope. And I'll contact you here in probably a couple of weeks, and we'll like run off to Vegas or something." And she said, after our families kind of get used to seeing us together, probably 6 months or a year, everything will be fine again. So that was the last I heard from her. She passed away on February 29th of 2008. And I'm not going to go into all the details, but she had a transplant when she was like 15, and she, with own immune system suppressants, caught an infection, went into the hospital, misdiagnosed. And that's the short G-rated version of what happened to her. And so February has always been a tough month. It's it's been 12 years. I'm gonna have to say that the majority of the pain and stuff I've gotten over. I've dealt with, stuff like that. But February is still kind of tough, especially, Valentine's Day, because it's like right between the time we got engaged and the time she passed away. But I guess, more so than that, and I'm pretty sure you're the same way. I know you're like this. We're both extreme introverts, and it's can be extremely difficult to meet people.
Yeah.
And
I'll say this: I would definitely call me an introvert, but I am trying to break out of that. I ask for God's help on that. Just trying to be more open and meet people. It's especially hard for me, especially when you're in a new place. Especially, and I'm not knocking Gateway or anything, but one of the hard things about Gateway is there's so many people there. You're meeting new people almost every week. The routine's just not there, and it in a way it doesn't help an introvert. I'm trying, yes. It's just the routine, the continuancy, it's hard,
Well, and I know with me, it's like I'm involved in ministries where I do get to meet people, and I do have these people that they are close and stuff like that. But so it's like on the plus side, it's like you're always meeting new people. But and another issue I have is well, we live in Texas, and it's easy to mistake kindness for someone flirting with you.
Yes, that I can see that definitely happening. I've what? I'll tell you a story right quick. It was when I was living in Denton. I was working a temporary position at this plastics factory. It was just I was there for one day, and I was talking to I was just being friendly with some coworkers there. Just saying hi, how you doing? Just doing it, everything. How you doing? Doing all right? And then the next day, I come to work, I'm fired because they thought I was being a little too they felt like I overstepped my bounds. And I just like, really? Okay. I didn't know that being friendly was being preterist, but okay. I wasn't trying to be, but that's sad reality we live in today. Just okay.
Yeah, and I been times I've asked people out, and just thinking like, oh my gosh, they're like so into me, and they're like, whoa, wait, what? How do you think that I like you in that way? It's like
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, but anyway, yeah, it's hard. I still believe that there is someone out there. Have hope, um, and uh, God has reaffirmed to me just this week that He remembers the promises He's made to me. It was one of those things where I said to God, "Hey, yeah, I trust you, stuff like that, but it's like I'm in a place where things are just a little rough, and it would be kind of nice if there was like a brief, like little confirmation that I'm still on the same path." And
Yeah.
uh I
I'm, to- I'm totally with you on that one. I, sometimes I feel, I sometimes feel, okay, let me look at this. Am I doing the right thing here? Yes, no. Okay, let me do this. Yes, okay. Just, I don't know if we're just supposed to pray it or pray and then do our part or a little bit of both or do this much and then do this much. It's just like jumping through hoops, just, I don't think God intended us to jump through hoops, as far as this goes. And that's just my
well, and I
opinion on it.
know at least with this story, it has a happy ending because it's like as soon as I prayed that, I went to go check my email, and there was an email in my mailbox, and it was just a standard email from the church talking about an update they were doing to their database system of all things. But this
Hmm.
update that they were doing, well, let's just say there would only be one reason that they were doing this update. And it was pretty much confirmation of my calling. And because God's told me to, I've stuck where I am, even though all signs pointed to this wasn't going to happen. And God's just like, no, stick with it, stick with it, stick with it. And suddenly, like within the past year, the doors have started to open.
There you go, man. I'm happy for you, praying for you.
So, yeah, back on topic. Yeah, I had this great confirmation from God, and part of the confirmation that part of the things God told me early on is that before He sent me out into this ministry, I would be married. And I am hanging on to that promise because I literally said I cannot do this by myself. And He's like, no, no, you don't have to. One of the things I will say is I am so busy right now with school and work and volunteering that if I was married, if I did have kids, I would not be a good husband. I would not be a good father right now because either that or I'd be failing classes. Because it's like um, I am literally so devoted right now to work and school and volunteering.
I'm in the same boat you are, just without the school. So, um, yeah, I'm a little too close there. So, I see where you're coming from. I'm kind of the same boat as far as work goes, and still trying to find that perfect job. I'm glad I'm employed now, which is a blessing. I'm just getting full benefits this
Oh,
week, which is
nice.
great. And pay could be a little better, but I'm not going to complain about that much. Since I'm working, it's actually an easier job than I had before. They actually let us watch YouTube during the shift, and so that's awesome. So I get to watch. I can watch. I told a lot of people working about our podcast, and then we have a couple of subscribers there. Shout out to Self Love Always. She's the one that messaged you at one time. I think she has a she's on there. So if you're watching Self Love, hi. So basically, I'm in the same boat you are, pretty much, just without school. But he knows I'm not ready to be married yet, and I know he knows, so
Mm,
I'm okay with it. Just the only thing I do is just pray and do my
mm,
part, and just
mm,
stay on the path,
mm.
see what happens.
And of course, I know one of my things is I've always wanted to have uh, kids and stuff, and now I'm getting to that place in my life where I'm like, man, am I gonna have the energy to chase that? Most of my friends now have grandkids. It's kind of crazy.
It's true.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm still gonna hold on to this promise. I believe it was C.S. Lewis who didn't get married until like he was in his 50s. And uh, so yeah.
Speaking of C.S. Lewis, I actually found a C.S. Lewis movie at a pawn shop the other day. Let me get it right quick, and I'll and talk to me. Let me go get it right quick. Sorry. It is. Okay. Yes, it's called C.S. Lewis through the Shadowlands. It's actually, I think it's a story about him crying out to God. Actually, when his wife died, I think
Yeah, that would make sense because I mean
it was
he
a
got
it
married I
was
think in his
it's a big
50s, and he was only married for a few years before she passed away.
yeah. It was I think it was put out by the BBC, but I need to watch this. And I'll let you borrow if you ever want
Mhm.
to watch it too. So
Yeah. So yeah, I know this definitely was an unscripted episode today, and it was very
very.
unscripted. This was just an update episode. We do have uh like I said, the episode with Katie's coming out. The and so I don't know really what the future of the channel is going to hold, but right now we're still. I mean, maybe like 1, 2 episodes a month is kind of what we're doing right now, and
Yeah.
uh, of course, it's tempting to go over and look at 10-minute Bible hour and see, he's sitting here, interviewing priests and stuff like that, and has 150,000 subscribers, and hey, we broke 20. It's like, uh, but
Amen. Amen to that. That's
yeah.
20 blessed people.
So yeah.
Catch a blessing.
So I think uh definitely probably time to wrap this episode up. We're both tired. We don't have the energy that we usually have on the show. And of course, we're both bit depressed, and wow, this is a really awful shot of me. Um, but hey, this is real life. This is not in the studio. I don't have the lights on. This is the double chin. And by the way, this reminds me of the post. Okay, so the so you know who the Bates family is now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so he's been binge watching Bringing Up Bates, and the parents posted this great photo yesterday to social media, and they said it took them over an hour to get this shot, and it was past midnight, and they were tired and just slap happy and stuff. And they said it was because every single one of the kids was sitting here trying to put in their 2 cents on what the photo was supposed to look like, and then they were sitting here trying to look their best and not show the double chins, and uh, show their good side. It's just, and But of course, one of the kids, one of the sons, he's single and stuff. He also went to social media and he's like, "Hey, I'm still looking." So
Yeah. You know what? If I had the means, like one of these summers, we ought to go up there. I've never met. I know you've met them a bunch, man. I'd like to tag along with you and go meet them
mhm,
one of these days. That would be awesome, man. Just
mhm. Yeah, they're great, great people. And very, I very, very much love their family. And uh, now, of course, with 19 kids plus grandkids, there's people in the family that I get along with better than others. I don't think there's anyone I don't get along with, but there's just people personality wise that you just kind of, just kind of go towards.
I can see me get along with everybody. I'm. You know, I try to get along with people. Like I try to get along with everybody, and I can see me getting along with all of them. So, um, have you told them about the
Yes.
show and everything?
And
Okay.
last time I was out there, I gave him a Blu-ray of our show, and he's like, "What's a Blu-ray?" I'm like, "Oh gosh."
Oh no.
It's like, man, I'm glad I didn't give you a 4K disc. He's like, "Can I play it in a DVD player?" And I'm like, "I'll send you a DVD." You know, but it's like you kind of forget. I mean, they they have a TV show, but it's like they don't watch television. They don't really watch movies. Uh, and nowadays, most people, come to think of it, most people don't even have you know physical media anymore. These are blank Blu-rays, but yeah, most people don't even have. But yeah,
Okay.
last time I went up there,
So,
I took two friends from the school with me. Good friend Andrew, he's a Messianic Jew, and good friend
mhm.
Greg went to school with him in Oxford. Um, and actually, I think that's when you and I kind of knew you before we went to Oxford, but I think that's kind of like when you and I really started becoming friends. Was it? Yeah,
clicked.
was
Yeah.
Oxford.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we both went to Oxford, and let's make that clear. We took classes in Oxford. We did not like graduate from like the University of Oxford. We took some classes in Oxford.
But still, but on a resume though
Yeah,
that you studied at Oxford. I mean, still
yeah.
straight on a resume. That's what you know.
But just want to make that clear. We studied in Oxford.
Yeah.
We took a couple of classes in Oxford. Um, so
Gotcha.
anyway, man, I'm rambling. I'm tired. I got homework to do. And you know what? I'm gonna go grab a book real quick. I got to show this real quick. Got to show this book here. So this book, I am taking a course on Galatians, and this is one of 3 textbooks, and this is just Galatians. And it's like, oh gosh, it's like 3 pages in the Bible. How in the world could you have a book that big on Galatians? And there is a lot going on. A lot of political stuff, a lot of theological stuff, lots of
Hmm.
history. Um, uh, and so I have a huge, I guess, like appreciation for everything now. But anyway, I got to go. I got to write, answer 2 questions, 500 words on chapter 2 of Galatians, and it was due last night. So,
Oh
yeah.
no. Right quick before we go, let me give you all the social media. Follow us on at Facebook at Modern Faith Unlimited. At Twitter is it Modern
Unlimited on Twitter.
And then Modern Faith Unlimited on Instagram. And then if you want to tag us, it's hashtag Modern Faith Unlimited. You can capitalize the first letters if you want. You don't have to. And just like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you next time.
And William Emily. Bye-bye.
Sign off. Everyone have a great night, great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Take care.